A pretty quiet weather pattern across Acadiana over the course of the next couple of days, but then all eyes will be on the tropics as we head a little bit later on into the upcoming week. We'll break it down here in just a little bit, but first let's go ahead and start out with the satellite and radar composite. And once again, another day filled with plenty of sunshine out there, fair skies, a little bit of cloud cover off in southeastern Louisiana thanks to some outflow from Tropical Storm Gamma out in the southern Gulf of Mexico, but really that's all the cloud cover we're looking at. And we do have a weak frontal boundary off to our north. That'll swing through the area a little bit later on this evening, helping to ensure the slightly cooler, drier air continuing to stay in place at least through the next couple of days. Now, the hot topic today, of course, is the tropics. Two areas we are keeping a very close eye on. Here's Tropical Storm Gamma now into the southern Gulf of Mexico, drifting to the north, but eventually heading for the Bay of Campeche and not looking to be a threat for us here in Acadiana. But as of this afternoon, we did see the Hurricane Center go ahead and label the area in the central Caribbean Sea as potential tropical cyclone number 26, and this gives them the authority to issue a track forecast. We'll get into that here in a bit, but again, overall pretty disorganized area of some clusters of showers and storms, but all likelihood is that this will become Tropical Storm Delta over the next day or so. Hurricane Center gives it about an 80% chance to develop as it heads toward the south central Gulf of Mexico into next week. So let's go ahead and take a look at the latest advisory. This is as of 4 o'clock. Winds at 35 miles per hour. Moving to the west-northwest at 10 and putting the track forecast into motion. You can see taking it toward the Gulf of Mexico by the middle parts of the upcoming week. And this is the part of the forecast right here where we do believe that strengthening is expected. So Category 1, Category 2 storm likely in this part of the Gulf of Mexico as it then continues to track toward the northern Gulf Coast. Hurricane Center has it making landfall in southeastern Louisiana. But this is the part of the forecast where we do have a little bit of uncertainty. We'll be watching an upper level trough moving in from the west, and really the timing of that trough is going to make all the difference with the forecast. If it lags behind a little bit, this will allow the track to shift a little bit further to the west here on this side of the cone of uncertainty, but if it does move in on time, that would likely pick it up and keep it more off to our east. And I was just looking at a fresh batch of spaghetti models from this afternoon, and most of them do keep landfall into southeastern Louisiana or coastal Mississippi a little bit further off to our east, but that's not a good reason for us to let our guard down as we are still in the cone of uncertainty here across Acadiana. And also, I just wanted to mention with the intensity forecast, they do have it coming in as a Category 2 storm. I do think this is a little bit too aggressive here simply because we're going to be seeing more hostile environmental conditions setting up across the northern Gulf Coast later next week into next weekend. And also we do have cooler sea surface temperatures in this part of the Gulf of Mexico, but nonetheless something we will have to continue to monitor here. Now here's the European model tracking it out. There goes Gamma into the Bay of Campeche on Tuesday, and then here comes likely a Hurricane Delta here in the Gulf of Mexico heading into later parts of next week, approaching the southeastern Louisiana coastline by this Friday afternoon. Notice a little bit weaker here, and that's kind of general thinking, a slow weakening of the storm as it approaches the coast. And I will point out the Euro also a little bit further to the west than the other models. This is this morning's run of the European model, so we'll take a look at the latest GFS coming up tonight at 10, but at least the other model's a little bit further off to the east. But nonetheless, something we're going to have to keep an eye on, but at least at this point, I went ahead and raised our rain chances for the end of this upcoming week. So let's time it out here. There goes the weak cold front through our area this evening, and then waking up tomorrow morning, another pleasant start, upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. And then throughout tomorrow afternoon, another day with plenty of sunshine out there. High temperatures will be in the lower 80s as well. And then heading into Tuesday, a little bit more cloud cover out there and also warmer with our high temperatures in the mid 80s. So again, overnight tonight, upper 50s to right around 60 degrees under pleasant conditions out there, and a great start to the week tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, high temperatures again in the lower 80s. And as we take a look at the 10-day forecast, again, things looking pretty good in the near term, but then partly cloudy skies dominate throughout the rest of the week. We'll be talking warmer temperatures, highs topping out in the mid to upper 80s by midweek, and then of course we'll be watching the tropics very closely as we head into late this week into next weekend. Jim?